Hi guys. So if you watched yesterday, you will know that I said you take the shadow of this, take the shadow piece and cut it from your circle. And that way you can, once you start to build your layers, let's put this behind here for now. Send to the back. Once you start to build your layers, then you could just place everything inside of here. Well, actually, I had this cut out. Let me do this real quick. Ungroup so I can show you. Let me duplicate that and let me put it up here. I won't do the scroll part. I'll just do this for an example. So let's do this slice. So cut that one off and cut that off for now. So yeah, now yesterday it's just bothering me. I gotta do it. So let's put it here and then slice. Okay, so yesterday I said cut the shadow out of here and then you could glue this into the place here and then you could glue these into here. Well, as you notice on the video, all of these little pieces are individual pieces that you would have to glue or try to hold on to. So I thought, well, if you want to do that, that's fine. If you still want to do that, that's fine. If you think that works, because everything pretty much remains flat. It's a flat surface. That if that works for you, that's cool. But if that's going to be too much, and it will be for some fonts and stuff because of these tiny little pieces, that a million little pieces you have to glue together. If that's too much, just delete the shadow. You still do that, but the only pieces you will have to glue is the name, and for this instance, the name and the scroll. So let's say you had both of them. You wanted both of those to be, let's go with red. You're going to have both of those red. Let me just group that together real quick. So then you would glue, first you would have your black glitter piece. And then for your outline to come through, you just cut a whole sheet, just a whole circle. You cut the whole circle. And you whatever you wanted, let's say you wanted it in gold glitter. You wanted gold glitter or gold foil. How about that? So you could take your black glitter or whatever you want to use and glue it to the top of your gold foil piece. Then you'll take your red glitter pieces or whatever color you want to use and glue it right directly to the top of the foil. That way you avoid all those tiny, tiny, tiny pieces. Screw this and let's cut it off. You would simply just not have to worry about those. So for this earring, let's say you did a duplicate. So you would cut it in your and cut it in whatever colors you're going to use. And for the gold piece, let's duplicate. I would still duplicate that. This would be for your back. You can use gold for the back or you can use a black for the back. So let's just say I'm using black glitter for the main color in the front, so I'm going to use it for the back as well. So you make another circle shape, the same shape, and I would duplicate it, and then I would still horizontal flip these. So you would have 4 black glitter pieces. Then you would have 2 gold foil pieces. These is all for your design pieces. And then you would cut these from red. So you would have 4 of these cut from the black cardstock, glitter cardstock. 2 of these cut from gold foil cardstock. 2 of these cut from red glitter cardstock. And then you would use one of these, either one of these. You could use those to do your layers. And you would only need 4 of these circles. 4 of these circles if you're going to use the watercolor, the 140-pound watercolor paper. If you're going to use black, then I would suggest you do 4 per earring, 4 layers per earring. But if you're going to use the watercolor paper, you just need 2 layers per earring. So the layers would go behind this. So to not confuse you, let's duplicate one of these and let's just make it a pink color for now. So you know this would be your layer. So you would make 4 of these if you're going to use 140-pound, and you would use 8 of these if you're going to use the cardstock, 110-pound cardstock. That way 4 will go one earring, 4 will go the other earring. If you're going to do the 140-pound again, you just need 4 pieces. So 2 can go for each earring. I think this way is easier, to be honest. And you just don't have a lot of small pieces. But the other way is cool as well, because you don't have any different, everything is one layer, one flat layer. You don't have anything layered up. And the glitter itself, as I explained on the other video, it's a little trickier to work with if you're gluing glitter to glitter. So I hope this new way helps, because really, I know if you're like me, you have carpal tunnel, those tiny pieces is just team too much. Hope this helps, guys. Hey y'all, so yesterday I showed you how to do the glitter earrings. Well, today I did it a little different, and I think it is going to be easier. So I'm using the Mod Podge, and what I did different was, instead of cutting the shadow piece, I'm going to use these 2 colors. Instead of cutting the shadow piece to fit into this part, I just cut a solid color, the solid color that I'm going to use for the shadow. So that'll lay flat, and then the only thing you have to piece in is, well, for this earring, the only thing I would have to piece in is the numbers. That eliminates having to glue down or glue in those tiny little pieces, so I won't lose any pieces, and I think that'll work fine. So let's try to put this together real quick. Okay, I'm just using my paper, this paper towel, to get it dry. And I said yesterday, I said 1 layer, but if you're gonna do these for people and you're gonna customize, two is better. It's a little thicker. Now for the earrings, you're just gonna fill your shop with, you could just do 1 layer. That will be enough. So what we're doing first is we're laying down the shadow piece. And you want to make sure it's stuck down pretty good. This glitter makes a mess. I've been in glitter all morning. So next step, we're gonna brush some Mod Podge on the back of your glitter piece or your foreground piece. Make sure you get all those little pieces. Doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure you get some glitter on there. And I ran over the front, but I can fix that real quick. So this way might be a little bit more messy. Just keep you some wipes on hand. Non-alcoholic. The non-alcoholic kind with no alcohol. That way they're wet and you can blot that Mod Podge right off. Just make sure everything is lined up. You can slide it around until before it dries. I mean, not until it dries. Before it starts tacking, you can slide it in place. And don't worry about getting anything on that, because we're covering that mostly with the numbers. So you can wipe it a little bit if you want to, if that bothers you. But you want to make sure these pieces here are stuck down pretty good. Okay, now on to your numbers. Just put some Mod Podge on the back of them and just start placing them down. Since we don't have that second cutout, you'll have to eyeball it and get it as center as possible. Get it as much in the center as you can. Use your wipe to blot it. Get the excess glue. Move on to your next number. You don't need a lot of Mod Podge. I think I was wiping, so if you want to blot. Blotting is easier or less messy than wiping. So don't worry about the residue of the Mod Podge. It'll dry clear, and then you can take the Rust-Oleum and spray this, and it will clear it back up. So blotting, just a little blotting instead of wiping is best. And take your wipe. Now get that excess Mod Podge. And make sure your numbers or whatever you're placing is in perfect place. I just think this is easier. It's gluing more pieces, I guess. Well, not necessarily, but you don't have to work with those tiny little pieces. And it gives the earring an extra added layer when you do that full piece instead of the cut out the shadow. When you do a full piece and just let it show through, it's like an extra layer. You could design something where you put a little bar here, a bar here, and a bar here where they all, so the numbers all touch. Just a little thin bar, and then just glue it down like that. You could do it like that. This is up to you. Totally up to you guys. So that was one layer. All right. I think I did one. Yeah, I think that was one. So putting the back together. So I'm going to add one more layer, and remember this is for this, what I'm using is 140 pound watercolor paper. £140. And now to add the back piece. This will complete the earring, guys. Then you can start on the other one. That's it, guys. So when you're putting it together, you want to make sure you get your ends to stick down, because sometimes you'll think you have it stuck and it's not stuck. So make sure you do that. You can always go around the edge with a little bit of Mod Podge. You can rub some Mod Podge on your finger and go around the edge if you want to. But it's done. Let it dry good, and then spray it with the Rust-Oleum. That's it. I hope that helps. I think this way will be, like I said, I think this way will be better than piecing. This color I use back here is like a rose gold. So I think it would be better than just piecing the outline of the rose gold and then trying to piece all the numbers down. Just doing one full sheet of the rose gold. And again, it adds an extra layer. It's just neater. No little pieces. I hope this helps. Okay, these are uncoated. That means I haven't sprayed them yet because they were still drying. So I just stuck jump rings and hooks on them just to take pictures and show you all. These turn out real nice. Again, they're uncoated. Now, I find that if you do glitter on glitter, it will stick and it will get a little messy, but if you use the baby wipe, as you'll see in the video that if you see this first, there is a video of me putting them together, putting the brown pair together. So the glitter will stick to glitter, but you have to keep applying pressure until it starts to tack up, or else you'll have some pieces that are lifting and you might have to get a toothpick or something to get some more Mod Podge under so that it does stick down. So I hadn't sprayed those yet. Now these I did spray. For these I did not put any color foil or glitter behind it. This is just the white from the watercolor paper. So I just left that like that. But they are sprayed, and once the Rust-Oleum, once you spray this, it kind of seals it to that paper. And also I made sure to spray the edges as well when I was spraying. And then they're sprayed as well. Now I like it with the foil behind it. It gives it a different look and it gives it some shine. So I did put these together on camera. So glitter to glitter, you're gonna have to make sure you apply pressure until it starts to tack. Glitter glued to the top of the foil, you're gonna be good. you're going to be good. So keep that in mind. These are cool to add to your collection of customs. And if you just want to make up a lot of earrings, like especially the date earrings, or let's say the zodiac earrings, anything that you can make that you can make in advance that people gravitate to.